In this video, I want to share with you 5 tech gadgets that are essential for my workflow in 2024. Plus, I've got a bonus gadget, which is my wife's gadget. Don't be rude. And I'm going to show you that at the end. So I'm not a tech reviewer, but I've got some pretty cool stuff which I think you guys might find useful to see because it might help you in your own workflow. So the first thing that I want to show you is the gadget that you're looking at me on at the moment, which is the webcam that I've got on top of my monitor. So webcams have got an awful lot of use over the past few years as more people have started working from home. But let's be honest, most webcams are completely garbage. Now, I'm in an extremely low lit room at the moment, and most webcams would fall apart in this scenario. Now, the current webcam is doing, it's a pretty good job. It's not perfect, but as webcams go, it's doing a very, very good job in this low light. But that's not the only reason why I went for this webcam. And what I'll do is I'll roll some B-roll footage so you guys can see this, and any products I'll show you, I'll stick some links to in the pinned top comment and in the description as well. So this webcam, there are a couple of extra features that really stood out to me. Number one is it has auto tracking. So I can turn auto tracking on at the moment. And then if I start moving around the room, the tracking, this is the webcam doing this. So can you imagine this if you're in your Zoom meetings, moving about the room and your webcam's doing all the work for you. So to have a webcam that can track you, that's pretty cool. So that's one of the features that really stood out for me. The other feature, it has an overhead mode or a desktop mode. So if I press a shortcut on my keyboard, which I think is Alt and D, I can flick into overhead mode and straight away you can see my keyboard there. The other good thing as well is you can actually move the camera manually. So if I hold Alt and I can use the arrows, you can see I move the camera about. So if I didn't want auto tracking, I can do that. And I can also zoom in and out as well. But if we come back out of desktop mode, you should see, there we go. It's just going to refocus and do the exposure again, and I can zoom in and frame myself correctly. So this is why I use this webcam for all my videos. I know a lot of YouTubers use super high-end cameras that cost like £1,000-2,000, and I understand that. But for me, this camera is so practical. And there's another feature that I can't demo right now, but I'll try and show you in some of the B-roll footage, is it can actually flip into vertical mode as well. So at the moment it's recording in horizontal, but it can flip into vertical mode. So the actual camera rotates because it's on like a gimbal. And then you can record your social stuff for things like TikTok and for social networks where people are going to consume your content in a vertical manner instead of in a horizontal manner. So this webcam, number one, is the first gadget that I wanted to show you. Number two is the gadget that webcam is sitting on, and that is the monitor. So you're probably wondering why I'm getting excited about a monitor. Well, I've always worked in the web world and had to use dual monitors and stuff like that. And dual monitors have always frustrated me. I've never been a fan of them. So what I bought a couple of years ago was the monitor I'm using at the moment, which is basically, it's classed as an ultra-wide monitor. But a lot of the big ultra-wide monitors out there, they are too short. And when you want to kind of do your workflow, the content is a bit too short. So this one here is a taller version without being a full 4K monitor. So if you go for a full 4K monitor, which has the traditional resolution, if you are going to kind of 38, 40 inches, it's basically like having a TV on your desk. So by going the ultra wide route, it's not quite as tall as a full 4K, but at the same time, it's not the same as the ultra wides, which are too wide to actually do anything. So this screen in front of me, I think is 1600 pixels tall. And then I can have two full side-by-side windows, which are 1920p. So two HD windows side by side to work on. So for me, over the past few years with doing video editing especially, I can have the video timeline across the entire length of the screen. It's really helped with my workflow. And for anyone that currently has a small monitor or maybe dual monitors, I would seriously look into one of these ultra wide monitors, especially at 1600 resolution tall instead of 1440p, as it does give you that extra real estate at the bottom of the screen to work with. And for me, it's made a big difference. So that's gadget number two that I wanted to show you. So gadget number three, what shall we go with next? Let's go with this one next. I'll put us back into desktop mode. So not overly exciting, but these are wireless earbuds. So these particular ones are OnePlus ones from a few years ago, so you can't actually buy these anymore. But I just wanted to talk more about the fact that these are, let me put some more light on it. There we go. That'll do just for now. I just want to talk more about the fact that wireless earbuds are exceptionally helpful and convenient. Now, if you combine wireless earbuds with like an Audible subscription or a YouTube Premium subscription, the amount of content you can consume on the go with these things is insane. So the amount of knowledge that you can consume, it makes a subscription to Audible or YouTube Premium really worthwhile. And now I wouldn't go back to wired earbuds having had these because they are so convenient. I also use them for phone calls as well and use them in the gym without the wires. Now I know there are going to be some audiophiles out there saying that these don't sound quite as good as wired headphones, and that's absolutely fine. But from a practical perspective, these things for me are absolutely fantastic. So that's why they've made it onto my list of gadgets. So we've got the webcam, we've got the monitor, and we have got the wireless earbuds. Then the next thing I want to show you, let me just put it back into desktop mode. So we've got the Google Pixel phones. Now this is the Pixel 7 Pro. There's a Pixel 8 Pro at the moment. You've also got the Pixel 7, the Pixel 7a, etc. The reason I wanted to talk about the Pixels and why in particular I go for these, there are many reasons people choose their phones, but for me, photography, the camera is the main one. Now Pixels can be a bit buggy, so I'm not saying that these are the best phones in the world by any stretch of the imagination. But for my use case, which is often taking pictures of my family, especially my son and my pet, or my dog, should I say, there is nothing that comes close to how good these are in capturing motion, so capturing your son running about or your pet running about, and in low light as well. So I've had Samsungs, I've had the Note series, I've had the S23, S24, all of those. And yeah, those cameras are all fine if you're taking a picture of a static building during the day. But if you want to take pictures of people, family, friends, moving children, and pets, nothing comes close to the Pixel line of phones. So for me, that is why it is in my pocket. Yes, there are phones that are better at other things, but in terms of capturing pictures of the things that I value most, this is why it is in my pocket. And then finally, from my gadget list, so this is my 5th gadget list, we have another set of headphones, but this time it is the noise cancelling Sonys. Now this model is actually a few years old now. I think you can get the WH-1000X M5s now, so these are the M2s, but these are a few years old and these still hold up super well. And the reason I love these is the noise cancelling is still the best in the business, in my opinion. Comes in a nice case, but anyone that's watched maybe some of my videos in the past, I talked about once why I moved house because I had a noisy neighbour who liked to play like bass guitar and stuff like that. These things got me through. These cancelled out 100% of that noise. So if you've got a noisy neighbour, or if you spend a lot of time on public transport, or you just struggle to focus at work, noise cancelling headphones like this are phenomenal. If you haven't tried them or something similar, give them a go. They are absolutely brilliant. So this is the 5th gadget that made my list. Like I say, links to all of these will be in the pinned top comment. I'll try and link to the latest model, which is the XM5 rather than the M2. I'll link to all of these in the pinned top comment and in the description. So let's just move these out of the way. And instead of going back into the other view, I'm going to stay in this view and I'm going to bring in my wife's gadget. Now, you guys get that out of your mind straight away. This is what I want to show you. This thing here. This is a Canon Selphy printer. Now I bought this for my wife for Christmas and it is extremely cool. Basically it is a small printer that prints in 6x4 format, so it prints photo style format. And so we've got lots of photo frames around the house, so she can just take photos on her phone, she can print on here, and then she can just update the photos whenever she wants. And whenever you've got a young child, the photos are constantly evolving, so this device has been awesome. Now the good thing about this is this doesn't actually take traditional ink. What it does, it is basically one of those instant print photos. So you buy the cartridges and the cartridge comes, I think, with 108 sheets of paper and the ink that comes with it is capable of printing that. So you buy them and I think it works out about 20p or so per print. But I'll try and find some B-roll footage of this printing out, but the photos that this thing has produced. So this is the Canon Selphy CP1500. You can get it in other colors other than pink, so there's white and black as well. But I think it's just over £100. And it has been fantastic. We've got photos all over the fridge and all around the house that have come out of this machine. So I would highly recommend this, and my wife absolutely loved this as well. So those are the 6 gadgets that I wanted to show you in this video. Like I say, I'm not a tech reviewer. I just wanted to share with you things that I thought were cool. And those first 5 gadgets were things that have made a big difference to my workflow. And that final gadget was a great gift to the wife and she absolutely loves. So like I say, all links will be in the pinned top comment and description. If you found this video useful, make sure you subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys in the next video.